thank you very much. Oh, Madam Speaker.
I call Simeon Brown.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity to speak on this piece of legislation. And it's a sad day down here in the House where we're passing, well, this government wants to pass another tax for New Zealanders. Well, we've just heard from one of the members of the government, and we had a simple question for her, which is, when is Penlink going to start? Well, Penlink is a wish list under this project. It's a wish list because they don't have a PPP partner, and here's what's news. For the people of Rodney who are listening, they're going to have to pay 3 times, 1 through their petrol excise, 2 through this fuel tax, and 3 through a toll road, which they'll be putting on board. And, Madam Speaker, that's something which I'm sure they will be not very happy about. Madam Speaker, this new tax which is getting put on all Aucklanders is not just for Aucklanders, and that's the first point I'd like to make this afternoon. This fuel tax is not a regional fuel tax. It is a fuel tax which will be applied to Auckland from this Sunday, and it is a fuel tax which will be able to be applied by all councils from 2021. And, Madam Speaker, we've already seen reports of 11 other councils lining up, can't wait to get their hand on some of this cash. Madam Speaker, this fuel tax is not regional. The second point is that this tax will hurt all New Zealanders through the increased cost that it will impose, because this fuel tax will have a huge impact on not just the back pockets of people who fill up their cars to take their kids to school, to go and pick up the groceries, but it will have a flow-on effect into the cost of literally everything that is purchased. The fruit and veggies, taking children to school, going to the shops, everything will increase in cost. And, Madam Speaker, I'm not sure what the Green Party is thinking today, but they're even increasing the fuel and all the vegetables which they want people to eat. They're going to be, this is a vegetable tax, and they're supporting that to be going through. Madam Speaker, this tax is also a tax which isn't wanted. Aucklanders have had a truncated process of consultation imposed upon them, and isn't it shameful? Isn't it shameful that here in this House, the democratic process gets truncated when it comes to this tax? Yes, they signalled it as a tax they were going to be putting through if they came into government, but they have truncated the process and they've ignored the people who have been part of the consultation. The best support they can find for their tax is a poll which came out before the details were released, before the fact that 12 cents extra was going to be imposed upon people and increased excise levies as well. Madam Speaker, and the shameful fact is that ever since this legislation has come to the House, consultation has been consistently opposed to this tax. Over 50% of Aucklanders said no. Over 80% of those who submitted to Parliament's Select Committee said no. Madam Speaker, this government is ignoring the people of Auckland and the people of this country at their peril. And they will, as my good friend and colleague Denise Lee, they will feel the pain this Sunday. They will feel the pain as Aucklanders go down and fill up their car, and then the cost of everything will go up. Madam Speaker, this is also a tax which isn't needed. And we've heard lots of arguments around why the government's decided to impose this tax against the will of people up and down this country. They've talked about all these great projects. And yes, there's a great project out in my part of Auckland called the Amity Eastern Busway. Well, Madam Speaker, that project was already funded under the previous Regional Land Transport Plan. That was fully funded by the previous national government. And guess what, Madam Speaker, and to everyone listening at home, that project was funded without the need of an additional fuel tax. Madam Speaker, the real reason why Phil Goff and Phil Twyford want this tax is so they can build a tram up through the Prime Minister's electorate, up through Dominion Road, down to the airport, something which has, I'm still waiting to know what's the benefit-cost ratio of that project going to be, what's the commercial viability of that project, when is it going to be delivered. Madam Speaker, this is about letting the council off the hook, letting the government off the hook so they can build a tram line up through the Prime Minister's electorate and not invest in the projects which we had already funded. They're getting Aucklanders to pay twice with the benefit being taken away. Madam Speaker, this tax is not needed. This tax is not wanted. This tax is not regional. And, Madam Speaker, on this side of the House, we are proud to vote against this tax and we will repeal this legislation if we come into power in 2020. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
I call Kiri Tapuela.
Madam Speaker, what an extraordinary time to be in the House and have this really odd debate, because it does